Hello and welcome to another tarot reading from me. This is going to be on what is the right career path for you. Basically, what careers would you be successful in? And there are 4 piles to choose from. This is pile number 1, the smoky quartz crystal. This is pile number 2, the pink quartz, rose quartz crystal. This is pile number 3, the blue calcite crystal. This is pile number 4, the onyx crystal. Okay, so you can pause and choose with crystals, and then I'm going to shuffle and choose some cards so you can choose with cards as well. Pile number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. I will see you at your reading. Okay, so this is for those of you who want to choose with a card. I'm going to shuffle now, and you can skip the shuffling and go directly to choosing a pile with your card. Okay, so Spirit, what career would pile number 1 be good at? The people who will choose the smoky quartz crystal. What career will they be good at? What would they excel at? What would they excel at, Spirit? So pile number 1. Pile number 2, the people who will choose the rose quartz crystal. Interesting. Okay. Pile number 3, the people who have chosen the blue calcite crystal. What careers would they excel at? Okay. Pile number 4, the people who have chosen the black onyx crystal. What careers would they excel at? What careers would they excel at? Okay. Okay, so these are your cards. So once again, this is pile number 1, and this is your card. Pile number 2, this is your card. Pile number 3, this is your card. And pile number 4, this is your card. So as usual, you can pause the video if you need to take more time to meditate. I do suggest that you take some deep breaths and focus on the question, and then choose the first card that stands out to you intuitively. Do not think too much about it. Okay, and I will see you at your reading. So pile number 1, this is your reading if you have chosen this card or the smoky quartz crystal. And this is the shuffling part. I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the reading if you don't want to sit through the shuffling. Okay, so Spirit, tell me, what career paths would pile number 1 be successful in? What are their strengths professionally? Spirit, what career paths would pile number 1 be successful in? The people who will choose the smoky quartz crystal. What career paths would they be successful in? What career paths would pile number 1 be successful in? What career paths would pile number 1 be successful in? Tell me, Spirit. What career paths would pile number 1 be successful in? Tell me, Spirit. The people who will choose choose the smoky quartz crystal? What career paths would they be successful in? Okay. So let's see. You have the King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, the Fool, the Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Pentacles, the Star. Okay. I'm going to get more cards. So, Spirit, the people who will choose pile number 1, the smoky quartz crystal, what careers would they be successful at? What careers would they be successful at? What are their strengths professionally? What are their strengths professionally, Spirit? The people who chose the smoky quartz, what would be their strengths professionally? Tell me, Spirit. What careers would they be successful at? Okay. You have the Queen of Swords, the Three of Pentacles again, Death. All right. The Eight of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Empress. Wow. Okay. Just arranging the cards a bit. Okay. Okay, so what can I see in your reading? With the Fool card, the Wheel of Fortune, it's really interesting, and the Death card, I feel like there's a strong sense of, and also with the Star, I feel like there's a strong sense here that you have a very specific destiny to fulfill with respect to your professional life. Your life, your career trajectory may not be clear-cut the way that it is for some people. You might be the kind of person who tries a lot of things. Sometimes you might feel like you don't even know where your career path is going. You might come across a lot of ups and downs, a lot of unforeseen situations, a lot of last-minute changes, last-minute turns that you have to adapt to. I feel like there's also a lot of challenges in your career. I will be honest, like there are challenges for you to get recognition, potentially, especially early on in life, in the first half of life. There will be potential hardships, quite a few of them, but the overall message is that everything that you have to go through is ultimately leading you to the place you have to be at to fulfill your destiny in this life. With the Three of Pentacles showing up twice, there's a strong emphasis on the fact that you are the kind of person who does very well in team situations, or if this doesn't sound like you, I feel like there's a message that you have to focus on this, cultivating your ability to work in teams. It's very important for you to communicate clearly in your profession in order to be successful. Communication is an important part of your professional life. No matter what career you go to, it's very important that you use your communication skills in order to be successful. I can see that despite the fact that you have first grade, like first rate intellectual abilities, you are also a person who has very strong intuition. But early on in life, you may doubt that intuition. You may have a very strong sixth sense and very strong gut feelings about certain things, but you may not trust that in the first part of your life. But you will come to rely a lot on intuition, and it's actually one of your strengths. I feel like you're the kind of person who would do well in any profession where you have to investigate, any profession where you have to transform something. So this could be a wide variety of professions. This could be you working in even something like waste management, for instance. It could be working with resources, finding alternative methods of energy production, for instance. It would be something you would like and something you would be good at. Also, could also be medical field, especially things to do with psychology, psychiatry, things where you help people transform. So even something like a fitness instructor, or what do you call them, a personal coach, or like a life coach, a person who just helps other people transform their lives. You could also be a person who is attracted to something to do with death. Okay, so something like doing autopsies. This could also be something to do with high-risk professions where there's a high death risk, hidden professions. And of course, you can also feel very drawn to hidden things. So you could be very, I think you could even be drawn to, of course, astrology and tarot. Like if you're watching a reading, it is likely that you do feel drawn to astrology and tarot, but you could also potentially be good at practicing these as a profession even, or at least as a hobby. You are a person who has a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of energy. You have the potential to be very well-off individual. I feel because of the Empress card and because of the Death card, there is a strong message, I think, for you. You might have, some of you at least, might have some tendency to work for nature preservation things, or working with animals, animal conservationists, nature conservationists, people who just protect nature. The cards definitely suggest that you are a person who, with the Three of Pentacles showing up twice, it definitely shows that you are also asked to be very disciplined. It definitely shows that the more disciplined, the more you work. The more disciplined you are and the more you work, the more your financial situation will improve because of the Six of Pentacles and also because of the King of Pentacles. You might work in very intellectual professions as well. So you definitely have the potential to get a higher education. Whether you actually would be interested in that or not, of course, depends on the person. With the Star card here, I definitely feel like you could also do well in the public eye, in a profession where you use especially your communication, your ability to talk to others, to share your ideas. Of course, this could also be something to do with social media nowadays, but it could even be something where, I don't know, like a presenter of a show, or like a moderator. Any person who's like in the public eye. Could even be something to do with dramatic arts, because communication shows up strongly as well. Communication and collaboration with other people. With the Page of Wands, you're a person who has a lot of passion as well, but it may not be immediately apparent to other people. You keep that side of you quite contained. or rather you learn to keep that side of you contained, especially since it might get you into trouble in the first half of your life. You definitely have a lot of courage and a lot of daring as well. Like, you're a person who is not easily discouraged, not easily intimidated. And you're also a person who really appreciates what you have at the time, you know, at whichever point you are in life, you just appreciate what you have, which is a good thing. But whichever professions you might be drawn to or succeed in, also with respect to professions, you could definitely do well in professions that have to do with administration. So even something like accountant, manager, assistant manager, even taking care of other people's money, you know, like a financial advisor. That's something that you could be good at, working with the stock market. But what I was going to say is that no matter what your professional life choices, professional choices might be, you're definitely a person who is going to go through a lot of changes and a lot of ups and downs. I feel like part of your path with respect to profession is to learn how to adapt to sudden changes. With respect to your abilities, your strength is definitely your intuition, like I mentioned. So even though you could be a very logical, very rational person, at the end of the day, what is going to separate you from the rest is your ability to have that extra intuitive insight that will bring you original ideas and will lead you out of certain problems that the ultra rational are going to face and maybe will not be able to overcome. You're a person who can really use intuition in a productive way and get sparks of genius even. With the Empress card, there's also a very nurturing side to you. So this could also mean that you're just, whether you're a man or a woman, you have a strong feminine, you're in touch with your inner feminine side. So you're a person who is very nurturing. You like to nurture, you like to take care of other people. That's why it's possible for you to be good at a healing profession as well. Like I mentioned, especially something to do with therapy, but also just in any profession where you directly work with people and you help them overcome challenges. And that's pretty much what I can see with respect to your cards. You could also be a teacher as well, impart knowledge, but most likely after you have gone through some changes in your professional life. Once you have acquired some experience, you will get to a point where you can teach other people either specific skills or things that you have learned through your experience. Teach them about how to make the right choices in life. Okay, and now I'm going to read the description for, I'm going to read the description for this oracle card, which is from the Shaman Wisdom cards. They're based on Native American wisdom. West Feminine Fall. Oh, I just noticed it's West Feminine. So that kind of reinforces the Empress energy, but okay, let me see what else it says. Okay, I am west. I am the west. I am sunset. I am dusk. I am the most powerful time of day. I am the crack in the universe. I am the space between the worlds. I am the color black. I am where the sun dies. It is here where things start and also where things end. It is death. It is rebirth. Wow. Okay. Listen to your intuitions. Listen to the woman within us all. Feel your emotions. This is the place of sacred dreams, a place of psychic powers. You journey within yourself, seeking inner vision and introspection, which can provide great self-healing. Do not be afraid of transformations. There is security in change. I have come of age. I am an adult. I am moving. I am dance. I am movement. Wow, very interesting. Now, I just realized the card says feminine, fall, adult, earth. This really gives me Empress energy. Its connection to Mother Earth, and fall, which is the harvest, the bounty of nature. And then also the connection to death in the description of the card. Wow, like really, I feel like it's confirmation. I would not be surprised if you are familiar with Vedic astrology. I would not be surprised if you have strong placements in Bharani Nakshatra with all the death here, and potentially also Purva Bhadrapada. But yeah, so pretty much I feel like it's confirmation. So you are a person who needs to focus on cultivating your intuition, I feel. And also being in touch with your feminine energy, whichever your profession may be. Of course, there are a wide variety of professions that you could choose from. I have mentioned a few. So yeah, but any profession that showcases these interests of yours and this path of yours that you need to cultivate would be a good fit. So this is what I have, and I hope you have found this reading useful. And if you have, please do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video, okay? Thank you. Welcome, pile number 2. This is your reading if you have chosen the pink quartz crystal, the rose quartz crystal, and this card. Okay, once again, I'm going to start with the shuffling part, and if you want to skip this phase, I'm going to add timestamps. Okay, Spirit, what career path is right for pile number 2? The people who have chosen the rose quartz crystal. What are the right career paths for them? What are their strengths? What are the right career paths for pile number 2? What are their strengths? Tell me, Spirit. What career path is right for pile number 2? What are their strengths? So, what career paths are right for pile number 2? What are their strengths? What are their strengths? What careers would they be successful in? What career path is right for pile number 2? The people who have chosen the pink quartz crystal. Okay, let's see. Wow, okay. You have the King of Pentacles. I can't believe it. The pile number 1 had it too. 2 of Pentacles. 10 of Wands. 7 of Wands. 6 of Swords. 4 of Swords. Interesting. More cards. Okay, so Spirit, what career paths are right for pile number 2? The people who have chosen the rose quartz crystal. What career path is right for pile number 2? The people who have chosen the rose quartz crystal. What career paths would be right for pile number 2? The people who have chosen the rose quartz crystal. what career paths would be appropriate for pile number 2? What would they be successful in? Okay. Page of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. Wow, you are a tough pile. The World card, Page of Wands. So many wands. Interesting. I hope you can see the cards. I think you can. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna read the description for this at the end. It's an oracle card. Okay. So first thing I notice is the fact that you have a lot of wands and a lot of a lot of wands and a lot of pentacles and swords, but you have no cups that I see of. So in astrology, this means a lot of fire, a lot of earth, a lot of air energy, considerable air energy, but especially I see a lot of fire with you. So you're not a particularly emotional person. You're a person who is very much a go-getter, a person who is quite rational, very results-oriented. You're a person who can take on a lot of challenges and can handle a lot of work all by yourself. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's indicated that you should be doing everything by yourself, but I feel like maybe this is part of your path, like you are a person who is meant to take on a lot of work, okay? So like, I feel like your willpower is being tested. You're a person who has a very strong willpower, and part of your career path is testing that willpower, testing how far you can get by just pushing forward. I feel like you're a person who could even work for defense, like something like the military, police, engineering, professions that require a lot of focus, a lot of discipline, professions that are also very demanding on almost every plane, physically, intellectually, emotionally. But you also have the ability to be, I think, an entrepreneur. You most likely are going to deal with a lot of foreign cultures. You could also be good at professions that require a lot of travel, a lot of change, especially a lot of travel or contact with foreign cultures, people from different backgrounds, because of the World card. You're also a person who is extremely passionate. Most likely you're quite determined. I mean, once you find out that one thing you really want to focus on, you become very difficult to stop. You're also a person who could have multiple streams of income. You're very good at time management. If this doesn't sound like you, then the message here is that this is what you have to learn. You have to learn how to be good at juggling a lot of tasks, a lot of activities in your life. And part of your path is to learn time management, organization, how to organize yourself, you know. That's part of your career challenge. You're a very hardworking person. but you definitely have trouble delegating. Like I said, this could mean that you are meant to have a path in your career where you get very little to no help from the outside, okay? So this could be just you having to test your strength and your willpower. I feel like you might even be a pioneer in some way. Like I feel like part of your job is to go to places where other people haven't gone before, to be some kind of a road opener, you know, the person who paves the path for others to come after them. I also feel like with respect to your profession, you're going to have to deal with professions where you have to stay calm under stress, a lot of stress potentially. I feel like this is, again, something you have to work on in order to be successful professionally. You're the kind of person who has the potential also to reach a high level of wealth, but the message here is I feel like you're a person who's going to be like a self-made individual. So you're probably not going to get a lot of help from other people. And you're definitely the kind of person who is going to get to your goals by taking it step by step a lot of the times, okay? So even though you could also have this side that is kind of a risk taker and a trailblazer, when it comes to your finances, you're being asked to take it step by step and just, you know, learn how to manage your finances and save money when you can. Try not to be wasteful. And you're going to gradually build your financial situation. But you definitely have the ability to be like a manager, even an entrepreneur, a person who manages other people, who inspires other people. Could even be like into athleticism a lot. You like challenges. I also feel like with respect to career, there could be a time in your life where you let go of something that you have worked very hard for. Like maybe you will invest a lot of time, a lot of energy into something, a project, a career path, maybe a college degree, and then for some reason, either you will decide that this is no longer what you want, or for some reason you will be forced to leave it, maybe because of outside circumstances, but I can't really see that if it's going to be from you or outside circumstances. But I feel like there's going to be at least one significant change of direction in your career path. I definitely feel like the message here is that your main strengths are just pushing forward against all adversity. These are like any kind of career that you get into is going to be a career where you have to push yourself forward, okay? So it's like you might also potentially deal with quite some obstacles, maybe adversity, a lot of challenges. Could even be from people who try to, you know, challenge you, maybe have a problem with you. But I feel like this is all part of your path. You are asked to overcome challenges and enemies in order to progress, in order to build up your willpower. But yeah, pretty much this is what I can say with respect to these cards. Okay, I'm gonna read what the card says. So the oracle card is number 60, South, masculine, summer, adolescence, water. Okay, interesting. It's interesting because you have no cups here, so no water energy. So let me see what the card says. Okay. I am the South. I am the summer rain. I am the protection of daylight. Within you is knowledge and power. The faith that you can accomplish all things must be nourished and protected. You must trust that which is within. The changes to be brought about through purification and healing will lead to renewal and growth. You are courageous. You are a warrior with the power and strength of youth. You pick up the green shield of defense and protection or choose the red shield of offense and aggression, but only with love in your heart. Walk your talk. I am day, I am water. Wow. Very interesting. So definitely strong confirmation of what I've seen in the cards. That definitely sounds like the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Swords, the Page of Wands, the Page of Pentacles. So you're a person who's very young at heart. You're always ready for the new challenge, for the next challenge, I feel. But I feel like there's a message here that you need to maybe soften up a little bit, because it says, always follow your heart, something like that, like always with love. And the fact that there are no cups here in your reading, I feel like this is a message for you that you also have to take into account other people. So try not to be as ruthless, maybe, or try to consider others as well, because it will help you on your path to be successful. But yeah, pretty much this is what I have for you. I think this is really, I felt like it was a pretty good reading. I hope you have enjoyed it, and if you have, once again, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Thank you. So hello, pile number 3. This is your pile. This is your reading. If you have chosen this card or the blue calcite crystal, okay, this is going to be the shuffling part. I'm going to add timestamps so you can skip directly to the reading, okay? I'm going to take my time with the shuffling. So Spirit, tell me, what can you tell me about pile number 3? The people who have chosen the blue calcite crystal. What career paths are right for them? What are the careers that they're going to be successful in? What can you tell me about their career path and their strengths and weaknesses? Tell me, Spirit. People who have chosen the blue calcite. The people who have chosen the blue calcite, what career path is right for them? What career path is right for them? What are their strengths and weaknesses? Okay. Okay, so we have the 10 of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Devil, wow, the Wheel of Fortune, the 5 of Swords, and the 2 of Swords. Okay, with the 2 of Swords, I'm going to need clarification. Spirit, clarify the 2 of Swords of me. What is the 2 of Swords about? Clarify the 2 of Swords. What are the 2 paths shown by the 2 of Swords? What are the 2 paths? Queen of Pentacles and 4 of Cups. Interesting. Spirit, clarify the Four of Cups. Clarify the Four of Cups. The Page of Cups. Okay. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles. The Seven of Pentacles. Wow. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna get some more cards. So, Spirit, pile number 3. What is their career path? What are they going to be successful in? What can you tell me about pile number 3, the people who have chosen the blue calcite? The blue calcite. What can you tell me about their career trajectory? The people who have chosen the blue calcite, what can you tell me about their career trajectory? What can you tell me, Spirit, about their trajectory? Okay. The Wheel of Fortune again. Interesting. Wow. Someone really wants you to get some message here. The Wheel of Fortune, the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Wands again, the King of Pentacles, and the 5 of Cups, okay. The King of Pentacles came in all the piles up until this point, so there are going to be a lot of rich people in this reading. But your reading so far is probably the most interesting. Don't tell the others. Wow. Okay. So I'm going to start with the ones that... Oh, and also this is the oracle card for which I will be reading the description from the booklet at the end. Okay. To see confirmations of themes. Okay, so the Wheel of Fortune came out twice, and the 10 of Wands came out twice. You're gonna have a lot of work to do. Like, I feel like there's a lot of effort that you have to put in to your career. I feel like there's also a strong destiny that you have to fulfill. You have some kind of a... Now, of course, it depends on whether you believe in karma or not, but I feel like you have a strong karma to pay with respect to your professional life. There's something, you know, you have to put in a lot of effort. But the good news is, look at this, you have the 10 of Pentacles and you have the King of Pentacles. So I feel like you have the potential to really have a very successful career. Whatever your chosen profession is, you have a lot of, you have the potential to really leave a legacy, you know, behind you. But because you have such a high potential, you also have a lot of challenges in your path. The Wheel of Fortune also suggests that there are going to be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of changes, a lot of unexpected situations. You could be working in something to do even with the government. Something, you could be working in a profession of your father or your father's lineage. You definitely have that potential to be very successful, but you will have to deal with potentially a lot of distractions, a lot of could even be people who are badly intended, who don't want you to succeed. But most likely with the Devil card, the biggest enemy is you. The biggest enemy is your shadow side. You could even be a person who maybe has struggled with addiction. if it is not, of course, when I say addiction, don't necessarily think about substance abuse or things that most people would consider addictions. This could be addiction to um, anything that basically takes away your time and your energy to the point where you cannot progress in your profession. That's a distraction. That's an addiction. It could even be lust. It could be that. So there are different potential interpretation. It could be also that you somehow will use your sexual charm and attraction, maybe the charisma you have to the opposite sex, to achieve in your profession. Of course, this doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to work in, I don't know, something connected with physical intimacy, but this could mean just that you have that certain charisma that is going to help you, yet like you have this kind of a attractiveness that is really going to help you, push you in positions maybe of leadership, positions of where a lot of people just, positions that are center stage somehow, where a lot of people have their eyes on you. That could be one interpretation. You could also like literally deal with professions to do with sexuality, something to do with sexuality. And of course, it could also be that you could work in professions like rehabilitation centers, okay? So people dealing with people who have addictions. There's definitely a strong message that you're gonna have to do things alone a lot, so you're not gonna get too much support from other people. I definitely feel like you will go through, I'm not gonna lie, you're gonna go through some kind of challenges, significant challenges with respect to your career. The Five of Swords predicts some kind of significant obstacles, defeat, even with respect to things that you really care about. But you should not be discouraged about this, okay? With the Five of Cups, there's also, so I definitely feel like there's a strong message here that you need to keep your eyes wide open with respect to career opportunities. You could be a person who is very set on certain things, and in so doing, you might be missing opportunities that would actually bring you a lot more success and that would actually bring you towards your destiny. And this is repeated here with the Eight of Swords and the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card that says your success is outside of your comfort zone on the one hand, right? Because if you look here, if you look at this card, there's a bridge, there's a castle where you see some lush vegetation and, a nice scenery, but this person is too focused on the spilled milk, so to speak. So the cups that are spilled. And he also fails to see the two cups sitting behind him, which means that you are ignoring certain opportunities that might be really right in your face, right next to you, but all you have to do is turn around and look at them because you're so consumed with what you have lost, okay? So also with the Five of Swords, there's definitely a strong message that if you have gone through, failures, you're a person who cares too much about failure. It could be because you care too much about what other people think. And the message here is, if you have failed, just take the lessons that you have learned from that and move on. There's no point in dwelling. The Eight of Swords also speaks about a person who is basically corseted by their own belief system, their own ideas. And the message of the Eight of Swords is also that the way out of any conundrum is to stop overthinking and follow intuition. That's what the water in this image represents, okay? So basically, if the woman would just follow the water, the intuition, she would get out of it. And the swords represents thoughts, okay? So you're a person who might have some limiting beliefs, some limiting thought patterns that are keeping you from progressing. The Wheel of Fortune also says that you have to appreciate what you have at the time when you have it, because everything is temporary to some extent. So even though you might have long-term goals, you are asked to appreciate whatever you have at the time being. Focus on being grateful for what you have as well. You could be a person who has a lot of fixed energy, I feel, because the Wheel of Fortune also has a connection to the fixed signs. Because if you look here, if you look at this card, these represent the 4 fixed signs. This is Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So, and also together with the 8 of Swords, I feel like you're a person who doesn't really like change. And this is why you have the Wheel of Fortune twice here, because you're pretty much going to be forced to change in order to make progress in your career path. The underneath it all, you're a person who is quite passionate. And that's a strong thing for you. Like that's one of your biggest qualities, but it's also something, a potential downfall, because of the Devil card, and also because of all the Wands energy. You have the Page of Wands, the 10 of Wands that came out twice. And what is interesting here is the 2 of Swords. And the reason I got explanations for them is because the 2 of Swords tends to show indecisiveness. So you could be a person who is sometimes confused about making decisions. You may have a hard time making decisions. You might feel torn between 2 separate paths in your career. It could also just mean that you are going to have 2 career paths, okay? So like you could be in one place up until a certain point in life, and then you will choose to focus on something else. And I asked for clarification, and on the one hand, I had the 4 of Cups explained by the Page of Cups, and then on the other hand, I had the Queen of Pentacles explained by the 7 of Pentacles. So the message that I get here is that if you follow the Page of Cups, you will get to the 4 of Cups. So if you follow your feelings, or if you are too much of a dreamer, too naive, you are going to get to a point where you are bored. You get to that point where you're ennui, you're maybe even depressed with your path in life, with your career. You don't like anything around you. This could even be this could even just be about your attitude. Like if you take this attitude of being too dreamy, too detached from reality, too romantic because of this energy, he's talking to a frog here. Okay, so that doesn't matter. The Page of Cups is a person who's youthful, dreamy, romantic, kind of wants things that are fantastical, that are exciting. But I feel like if you focus too much on this, you will get to a point where you have the 4 of Cups, where you're just not happy with anything that is presented to you, and you say no to opportunities. And also, having in light the 5 of Cups here, you might turn down opportunities that could even be that could actually help you in the long term, but you don't want to take them because you are bored. You see them as too boring, too unexciting. You don't see the long-term potential, okay? But with the 10 of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, you're a person, and also with the 10 of Wands showing up twice, there's definitely a strong message that you're going to have to work very hard for what you want. So it's not going to be something that you're going to wish on a star and it's just going to be handed down to you. If you want success, you really have to work hard. And on the other hand, you have the Queen of Pentacles explained by the Seven of Pentacles. So again, to me, this shows that if you follow the path of the Seven of Pentacles, which is taking it step by step, being organized, making consistent effort towards your goals, being disciplined, being pragmatic, okay, with respect to what is around you and what is offered to you in terms of opportunities, you will reach a point of becoming the Queen of Pentacles, which is a person who is successful, financially stable, you know, a person who's really accomplished all around and respected in their profession. This could also show that your profession somehow is strongly connected to the Queen of Pentacles. Your potential is connected to the Queen of Pentacles. You could be some kind of a matriarchal figure, like a person who, you might even be in a position where you're some kind of a mentor, a guide to other people, a teacher, some kind of a mothering figure, you know, a protector, a nurturing person, also something to do with nature. I don't know if I mentioned this. Yeah, but pretty much this is what I can see in the reading, okay? Right, I'm gonna read the description now for the Oracle card, which is number 22, the Badger. So these cards, this is basically a totem animal, okay? So this is something you have to pay attention to, the totem animal and what it has to say, okay? I am Badger. I am assertive. My teeth are sharp and barred. Don't expect me to back down. I fight for what I want and I usually get it. I may be difficult if you cross me, but my care and custody of that which I defend is strong and assertive. I clearly define the lines of conflict and power struggles. I am quick to express my feelings, especially if I feel threatened or cornered. My judgments are keen and swift. I am assertive. If I burst into your day, you'd better take me seriously. I fight for my rights, and so should you. You may need to defend the principles you say you believe in. Be prepared to stand up for what you say you believe. It is time to walk your talk. In addition, you may need to get your feelings out, cry, blow your top, bare your teeth. You'll feel better once you let go. Now turn your anger into passion for the work at hand. Badger digs to the root. Badger medicine says, digest the root, get to the bottom of things, assimilate everything you need to know for healing. Okay, so I feel like this is a confirmation of several energies that I see here. I would say especially the 10 of Wands. And it says redirect your anger. So you could be a person, like I said, who is dwelling on the past and dwelling on maybe what other people have done to you. And you feel maybe defeated. But I feel like, yeah, the message is definitely that your success in life and in your career largely depends on you and your efforts and your ability to discipline yourself. Okay, so this is pretty much what I have for your reading, and I hope you have enjoyed it. I think this has been really the most complex reading in this, the most complex pile in this reading, okay? And I hope you have enjoyed it. And if you have, please like, subscribe, and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. Thank you for listening. Hello, pile 4. This is your reading if you have chosen this card and the black onyx crystal. And I'm gonna do the shuffling now, and I'm gonna add timestamps so you can skip directly to your reading if you don't want to sit through the shuffling, because I will be taking my time. Okay, so Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4 and their ideal professional path? What can you tell me about pile number 4 and their professional path? What can you tell me about pile number 4 and their professional path? What can you tell me about pile number 4 and their professional path? What can you tell me about pile number 4 in their professional path. The people who have chosen the black onyx crystal, what can you tell me about their professional path, their best career choices? What will they encounter in their path? Okay, 2 cards, okay. I'm going to reshuffle. What can you tell me about pile number 4, the people who have chosen the black onyx with respect to their career path, their career potential, the obstacles they will face? Okay. So you have the Strength card. Okay. The 4 of Swords. The Sun. The 4 of Wands. The 6 of Swords. The 3 of Wands. Okay, I'm gonna get more cards. So, Spirit, what can you tell me about pile number 4, the people who have chosen the black onyx crystal? What can you tell me with respect to their career trajectory? What would be the right career path for them? What will they encounter on their career path? What can you tell me about pile number 4? What can you tell me about pile number 4? What can you tell me about pile number 4? The people who have chosen the black onyx. What can you tell me about their career path? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? Okay, the 3 of Wands again. The 8 of Swords. This card, I think, showed up in all the piles. The Knight of Cups. Okay. The 5 of Swords. The Lovers. Interesting. The 2 of Cups. Wow. The Lovers and the 2 of Cups. And this is a career reading, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Very strong messages for you. I'm feeling it. So, and also, before I get into it, I'm going to be reading the description for the Oracle card at the end for extra confirmations. So first of all, I'm going to start with the 3 of Wands because it came out twice. Clearly, the message here is that you are a person who has a lot of wanderlust. So I feel like ideally the profession for you would be something where you are allowed a lot of freedom. You are allowed to, for instance, and also with the 4 of Wands here, a profession that allows you to set up home everywhere, anywhere, something that you can work remotely, probably. You're a person who really has a strong sense of adventure, I feel. Okay, you have a strong desire to travel, to explore. And also it could be that you are going to be in professions where you have to deal with foreign cultures a lot. Maybe you're going to get career opportunities from foreign lands, foreign places, foreigners. You could even, of course, get into a profession where you are directly somehow connected to travel, something like a tour guide, maybe working on a cruise ship as well, because like you have the 6 of Swords here. Any profession where you are allowed a lot of flexibility is something where you're going to be happy. With the Lovers and the Sun card, also the 2 of Cups to some extent, and also the, where was it? Right, the Knight of Cups. You're a person who is very sensitive, very creative. I would not be surprised if you were drawn to artistic professions. You're also a person who's very passionate, most likely romantic, imaginative. And with these cards, the message is that you would do well in any profession where you are allowed to be creative. The Three of Wands also could be connected to communication. So you could be something like a writer, a blogger, but whichever line of work you get into, it should be something you really love. Because if you don't really love it, you're not going to be successful. Like for you, it's really important that it is something that makes you feel alive, makes you feel passionate. You're the kind of person that would rather forego comforts and money and, let's say socially acceptable forms of success and status in order to just do what you love and have as much freedom as possible. I feel like there's a free spirit here. You're also potentially you could even work in the hotel business, although nowadays it's a little bit rusty with the hotel business, but you could definitely be working in a hotel, restaurant business, the touristy areas, seasonal work. I definitely feel that. Restaurant business, any profession that relies heavily on real estate. You could potentially even make money from real estate. Something like an interior decorator, a designer, an architect, people that work on project-based stuff. But with the Four of Wands, I feel like real estate could somehow either directly or indirectly be a source of income for you. Okay, either being a real estate agent or decorating people's homes, maybe even cleaning, people's homes, or like the hotel business, anything to do with the hotel business, maintenance and all that stuff. But I feel like there's a message here that you are happy to just be within the comfort of your home on the one hand. On the other hand, another interpretation could just be that you set up home easily in pretty much anywhere, okay? Like for you, home is where the heart is. I would not be surprised if you had some strong Leo placements in your chart, or a strong sun with respect to astrology, I mean. Because look, you have the Strength with the lion here, and then you also have the Sun card, which the Sun is the planet that rules the sign of Leo, and also with the Lovers, this has to, and the Two of Cups. But especially with the Lovers, this is, to me, this is like Sun, 5th house energy. So you're a person who you function from the heart, okay? You're a passionate person. You're a creative person. I also feel like there's a message here that you might be trapped by your own thoughts. There is also a message of a potential pessimism, I feel, because of the limiting beliefs, I guess, not pessimism, that's the right way to put it, because of the Five of Wands, because of the Eight of Swords, because of the Four of Swords as well. This leads me to believe that you will deal with some difficult endings in your career, or some difficult situations that might really dishearten you, might even kill your passion temporarily. But you are being asked not to dwell. I feel like you're a person who might beat themselves up too much about past maybe failures or mistakes that you have made with respect to your career, but you're definitely being told not to dwell on that, okay? And always seek to rely on your gut feeling and your intuition to get you out of, negative situations, negative thought processes. You might have a tendency to overthink. That's definitely also a message. But look at this. You have the Six of Swords, and then underneath the Lovers. Like, I feel like once you abandon your limiting beliefs, and once you abandon, I think, over rationalizing. I feel like you're a person who, maybe because of your upbringing, you are very focused on, you know, the pragmatic approach, but that is making you miserable. So I feel like there's a message here that once you leave that mindset, there is a great outcome for you with respect to your career. Like, you're going to have a career you really love and that makes you feel alive and passionate. But with these two relationship and romance cards here, this could also be a strong indicator that you are meant to work, that you would do well in professions connected to partnerships, in a partnership-based situation. Okay? Could even be with a romantic partner, but not necessarily. This could just be that you're a person who works well in one-to-one situations, one-on-one situations, okay? Like a counselor of all kinds, not necessarily a therapist. You could even be like, maybe like something to do with matrimony, like, you know, something to do with happy events, planning celebrations, planning marriages, a wedding planner. Also with the Four of Wands, you could definitely be a wedding planner with this pile. Although obviously it's not the only possibility, but there's a strong message, something to do with romance, with connections here. Like, you're definitely a person whose strengths lie in creativity, in creating joy and beauty, I think, for a lot of people. But with the Strength card as well, you have a very strong inner self, like, which may not be immediately apparent to people around you, but you have a very strong core. Okay, like, you are a person who is not easily corrupted. You know who you are. You can easily land on your feet after any bad experience. Let me put it like that. With respect to your career, I think there is a strong message that you should take up meditation, because it's going to help you find that inner intuition, get in touch with your intuition. You could also be a person who has pretty strong intuitive abilities, but I don't see any tendency for you to particularly cultivate them. But there is a strong message for you here that you should learn to trust your intuition and your gut feelings, because of the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Wands as well. See, here you have the water in this card, if you can see it. The water in this card, and actually in both of these cards, represents the fact that intuition is the way out. So as long as you follow your intuition, your creativity, you will get to where you need to be. And of course, you could just be a kind of a matchmaker. Of course, you could also, like, anything to do with dating, I feel, anything to do with relationships, romantic relationships, is something that you could be good at. But any creative profession as well. So you could be a writer, you could be could even be an actor or something with the sun, so much sun energy, a performer. You're a very romantic person, like really dreamy. You know, that's what keeps you going. A very creative, imaginative person. You would definitely do well, like writing fantasy novels or something like that, or romantic novels even, or being a painter, just anything that has to do with creating beauty and joy and happiness for other people. And I feel like you're definitely going to get opportunities abroad, I feel. Or you're going to touch wide audiences from all over the world. You have that potential. Also, with the eagle here, I feel like there's a confirmation to this. You're a person who has, how should I put it? Like, you have a broad view of the world and perspective on things. Like, you like to be free. Strong desire for freedom. I definitely feel this. Flexibility and freedom are really important. Okay, so let me read the description. This is what I can see from the cards. Let me read the description for this Eagle card. And these cards basically show, you know, like this is your totem for this reading. So there's a reason why this animal showed up. So let's see what the message is. Okay, connected to eagle. So the eagle connected to east, masculine, air. I am eagle, I am power. If I have flown into your array today, I am here to help you see the big picture and the minute details. I am your third eye vision. I give you courage and focus. Let me share with you my abilities to help you achieve your highest aspirations. Nothing stops me. As I climb close to the sun and the Great Spirit, the sun, wow, and the Great Spirit, I see all below me with wide perspective and acute clarity. I see the whole and the detail. My third eye insight gives me inner vision, spiritual power. Inner vision, spiritual power. My innate dance of connection to spirit helps me conquer fear with courage and daring. It energizes and focuses me. I now understand more acutely convergent and divergent thinking. I see the whole picture while bringing one idea into line. I act on it with courage and daring, reaching successful conclusions. I am free. I am freedom. I feel my wide wingspan carry me, hold me. I have abilities to help you accomplish it all. Okay, very interesting. I feel like there's strong confirmation to pretty much, well, some of the main things, and pretty much the main things that I have seen. I feel like there's a strong confirmation. So definitely you're a person who has the big picture. You could also, because of the big picture, you could be a person who does well in planning, anything to do with planning, structuring, designing, something like an architect, a strategist. But overall, I definitely feel like your strongest desire is freedom. So as long as you find a profession, and also I feel like the message is definitely keep an open mind. Don't be shackled by your own limiting beliefs. And yeah, your limiting beliefs, which are basically saying that they're making you doubt yourself, I feel, because the Five of Swords also has to deal with potential past defeats. Okay, so like I feel like the message is definitely do not dwell on negative experiences, because you have great potential here and you have the potential to have the freedom that you want. Okay, so this is what I have for your reading, and I think I really like this reading. I mean, I think this is the pile that I should have chosen. Okay, I didn't choose any piles, but this one definitely appeals to me. And yeah, so I hope you have found it useful, and if you have, please like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell to see when I will post a new video. And thank you for listening.